Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Madam Secretary. Appreciate you being with us today. I, along with Senator Tim Scott, co-chair the School Choice Caucus, and I was really pleased to hear your priorities, your focus on accountability, local control, empowering parents and students. And one of the things that become very clear to me is this need for families to have options. And you've spelled out a number of different options that are available. Can you tell me what you plan to do and any initiatives you might take that would expand options for parents and students?
Well, certainly we are going to support, if you look at the numbers that are in the president's budget, he's also including an increase of $60 million for charter schools. The president absolutely believes, as do I, that the more choice that parents have, the better off the students are. And we've seen that repeatedly in different states. Governor Reynolds in Iowa has talked about how in introducing school choice programs in her state that public schools have improved. There's competition among the schools. Scores are better when they have the opportunity, to compete, and schools can do what they need, and parents can put students where they know they will thrive in different, whatever that school program is. I mean, we've looked at different schools. I was talking to Governor Stitt from Oklahoma yesterday, and he was telling me about one of the special schools that they've set up in Oklahoma is relative to, now I'll forget the exact title, but it was mechanics for airplanes. And he said, look, in my community, this is very, very strong. And so part of the schooling that we are developing for those is to having these, to start your life, to make a good wage. And while I still believe in in higher education for many, many students, I think that's not the right pathway for every single student. And I think we need to focus on the programs in those communities, in those schools, and give local communities the opportunity to develop their curriculum, as I mentioned with Governor Stitt, around what is necessary needs for their community. We'll have more success. We'll have higher graduation rates. We'll have students stay in school when they can focus on subjects that are of interest to them. And I just think that that's going to be incredibly important as we move forward in how we look at our education landscape.
Thank you very much. And I want to turn to the influence of the Chinese Communist Party in our educational system. 2 years ago, I asked your predecessor, Secretary Cardona, if he was aware of efforts by the Chinese Communist Party to influence the U.S. education system, and I was surprised. He told me he wasn't really aware of that. Are you familiar with the efforts by the CCP to influence American education?
By things I have heard, yes. And one of the things that we are stressing very, very much under Section 117 is to make sure that these colleges and universities are complying with the law and reporting to us when they have received donations over the $250,000 minimum. We found that there are many that are not doing that. One of the things that we put in place is to make sure that as universities are looking at their hiring practices, what kind of vetting are they doing with those particular professors that they're bringing in, or students that might be coming in on campus? What can be that effect and that influence? But it is very important, I think, for us to know how much money is coming in from foreign countries.
Thank you. And last year, our Select Committee on the Chinese Communist Party released a report, CCP on the Quad, and it detailed how federally funded research at universities has advanced the CCP's military goals. We also highlighted concerns about how many American universities have joint institutes in China where they partner with Chinese universities. As a result of this scrutiny from our committee, UC Berkeley, University of Michigan, Georgia Tech, and Oakland University have all ended these joint institutes. And there are a number more that could be ended. I'm asking if you would consider leading an effort across the administration to work with those remaining universities with joint institutes to close them so we don't have continued efforts by our, in many cases, taxpayer dollars helping with the Chinese military industrial complex funding.
Well, we certainly are investigating a lot of those universities who do still have those ties, and I would like to work with you to make sure that we are operating our universities in the best interest of the people of the United States and our government.
Thank you. And I'm sure the Confucius Institutes are on your radar screen. Sometimes their efforts morph into something very similar called the Confucius Classroom. Is that something that we can work with you on to prevent that malign influence into our K-12 system?
Sure, I'd like to and enjoy working with you on that.
Thank you very much. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.